teams in this conference, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Vanderbilt's offense will get the first crack at it here. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw him in so many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Coming into the game, the defense talked about, man, they really wanted to get to this quarterback. Well, it didn't take long. 2 plays in, they get to him, and they get the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And here's a fumble way behind the line. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? The Commodores will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The LSU Tigers offense will have its first possession of the game. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
From the gun on 3rd down. Zings it complete to the right. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Flips it out to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Right on the money. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing the 1st down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains.
Touchdown LSU! Quick strike through the air for the score. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Commodores want to crank the tempo.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge...
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys, but
turning it on! Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And to have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Here comes the heat. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
They did, and don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skill players. I mean, so fast, you can tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. Tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I got to make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Lost one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a...
The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Nothing going right for this team early in the 1st quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
The give to the back. Shakes off the defender. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Running behind that left side. Shoots his way for more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel it.
They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throwing catch. LSU lining up first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively,
He wants to take the top off. He's got it on the outside. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Commodores are facing 3rd and inches. Surging forward on the sneak. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage.
Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
Now, I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Doors. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Lofts one high and deep. And he's got it inside the 35. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. comfortable with that trip to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Out of the gun, they give to the back. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country. And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now. You're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball, I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That cuts the lead down to 28-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. On target to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. We're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
The screen, he's got wheels. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Wants to adjust the pattern. Barges ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's complete. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Commodores will line it up on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the 3rd possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical 3rd down, forcing an incompletion.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Makes the grab down the middle. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. It's good, and that was dead solid purpose. And they'll push that lead out a little further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellows, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Baton Rouge.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 2nd half. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking downfield on 1st down. With the catch, it's Silver. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. The Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Got his man quickly. Breaks the tackle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. And the Commodores, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Finds a spot in the middle. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
Yeah, and welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great, and this quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Offside defense.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking downfield, it's Spears. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback making adjustments. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just breaks into the open. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wideout. He'll run it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Bring in the heat. Finds his big tight end. It'll be a first down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Commodores will punt it away on 4th down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Typically at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk aversive, but it is good field position. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Catch in the middle, it's Silver. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Showing off the arms. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation, picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy,
and you race it to the house. Touchdown, LSU! Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The give to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Under fire. Makes the grab. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Commodores lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful. Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
There he goes. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Commodores look to keep this drive humming. Running to the left.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Commodores will send out the punt unit. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Wants to bring it back. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Spears. It's complete to the right. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Jamison. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the 1st down. And the Commodores decide to punt it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It's a draw. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and